Good day, watchers, and welcome to the Punisher review. And tonight we're watching the Punisher, the 2004 Punisher and Glorious 4K Ghost. But this film is really enjoyable, actually. I haven't seen it for a while, actually. I don't know, I couldn't think last time I watched it. So I watched all three films altogether a while back, but where my Punisher hat goes. Appropriate for the review. So it's a 2004 American vigilante action film based on the Marvel Comics of the same name, directed by Jonathan Hensleigh. It starring Thomas Jane, John Travolta, Bill Patton, Roy Scheider. Fantastic. He's in this. I can't believe he's in this freaking movie. Ben Foster, Rebecca Romijn, she's gorgeous in this. And Stamos. I still think, oh, she's on that X-Men, that really attractive woman, who wears blue and stuff like that. And God, she's a beautiful one. She's actually in Star Trek. Which Star Trek is it? Discovery or Strange? Oh, she's in Star Trek. The Star Trek films, series, not films. Lionsgate Films, 2004 release, 123 minutes. So it was budget of that's a lot of money for a film. I think to myself, okay. I don't know, it's a strange one. It made 54.7 million, so it made some of it back, but it wasn't like so it's mainly based on the comic book of the same. Okay, let's read the plot of the film. An FBI bust-off smuggling operation in Tampa results in the deaths of Bobby Saint, the son of mafia boss Howard Saint, and Otto Craig, an arms dealer. Howard Craig's death was faked and is revealed to be an undercover FBI agent, Frank Castle, on his final mission before retirement. Enraged at the death of his son, Saint orders his men to learn everything they can about Craig. Acquires access by bribing corrupt federal law enforcement officers for his federal service history. He orders Castle killed at a family reunion in Puerto Rico. Although Saint's wife Livia insists that Castle family be killed as well. Yeah, she's pretty cold in this. She's gorgeous, but she's cold. She's in a film called Mulholland Drive that you played Mulholland, when she has it off. She has it as a scene with Naomi Watts. Very good scene, by the way. Gorgeous woman there, beautiful one. Curves and she's a really attractive one. Anyway, at the reunion, Saint's men, including Saint's best friend Quentin Glass and Bobby's identical twin John, kill Castle's entire family. though Frank Castle Sr. takes down some of the attackers. John then shoots Castle, leaving him dead. However, Castle survives and is nursed back to health by local fishermen. With the police and FBI unwilling to pursue the killers due to Saint's power and influence, Castle moves into an abandoned apartment occupied by 3 outcasts: June, Bumpo, and Spacker Steve. And begin his mission to bring the Saints down. With the help of information provided by Mickey Duca, Saint's less malevolent henchman, Castle studies the Saints family and learns their every move. John he discovers Glass to be a cost. Well, let's just say he's not straight. Anyway, so he openly attacks Saint's business and sabotages his partnership with his Cuban partners. So he's of course he's on the warpath against these guys. One of his what's his name? Yeah, there's a character called Glasses. Turns out to not to be straight, let's say. And of course, Finger uses that as a weapon to bribe him and stuff like that, and to set him up, set the whole family up. Then it's great. The guy, what's his name? Frank Castle's father. And he's great in this. I'm not sure when he died. I can't remember now. But this is like a 2004 film, so. And he's always great at this. He's just a great actor, he was. So Thomas Jane plays the main character, Frank Castle. He does a fantastic... To us, I watched it again. You know, he does a really good job in the film. He does. I'm sitting there going, you know, he's a really good actor. He's really good. He really gets into that role. He does have some daft moments in it. He does have moments that didn't make much sense. Especially that Russian guy. It didn't make much sense. I don't get that. I get to that point in a minute. So anyway, at the beginning of the film, you meet Castle. Of course, he's like disguised. He's got like his blonde hair and he's making like a deal. He's like undercover and so. And of course, some of the characters end up dead. One of the characters ends up alive, and he uses him later on as a because that guy because he talked. There's part of the film where. So anyway, I'll come back to that in a bit. So what happens is that he pretends that he's dead. You know, fakes his own death. Of course, fingers John Travolta's character finds out. So Saint, played by John Travolta, I think he does a good job. I was a bit surprised. That's what I thought. She looks familiar. Frank Castle's wife, the woman who plays who gets killed in the film. I was like, she looks familiar. I saw on bloody Broken Arrow. It is. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm sure it's on. I'm sure it's on. So you got John Travolta from Broken Arrow and the woman from Broken Arrow who was in the film, and the same film together. It's weird. I'm like, she's, you know. So anyway, when they find out that he fingers behind it, Frank Castle's character, they go and tell he's meant to kill his family. Everyone there, apart from of course, his family and all end up dead, of course, on the beach and stuff, and on the pier. His wife and kid get run over by the villains in this, of course, and Frank Castle gets shot. Gets nursed back to life by his guy, his fisherman, of course. And of course, he finds after that part where he finds the t-shirt, the Punisher t-shirt, because his son gives him the Punisher t-shirt, and it's like then it's cool. It's that, you know, that design there. That quite a cool image, and it's such a cool design. It's so cool, you know. Of course, the new one looks terrible. I'm sitting there going, "Oh, that's the new design." Gee, I forget that. Hell no. And it's a good movie. It's a fun movie. I find it really fun to watch too because it's such a it's a really good comic book film. He's not a superhero in the film. The Punisher is not a superhero, that's for sure. He's like a vigilante, you know, he wants revenge and stuff. And Jane Thomas does a great job as the Frank Castle. I think he does a great job actually. I do. I think you know, his performance is good in this. Some decent performances in this movie. So anyway, he wants to revenge against this. So anyway, he ends up nurse back time, of course. Then he moves into his apartment with these like people, and he's like. These two guys, they're more like the comic relief. It's this girl in it who's getting, she gets abused by her boyfriend. He's like, there's one part of the film where he's knocking on the door. You know, and then it is like, yeah, you're waking up the neighbours here. you got the two guys like telling him to go away, of course, and then Frank Castle's kind of like, you know, I ain't in the mood for this, and yeah, so they always kind of do get close. I think his character, they do get close, but nothing really happens. But she's interested in him, of course, and to be honest, I mean, I can't think of anything. She's a really, really attractive woman. There's an interesting part where there's diner part where it's in eating, right, and she works behind the she works as a diner thinger, and of course this guy walks in and he's like eating and stuff, and he gets his guitar, starts playing. It looks a bit like Johnny Cash a little bit. He's like starts playing, singing and stuff. And that's not a bad song actually. And next minute he says, "You know, something said about funerals and stuff like that." And then next minute he's driving, right? He's got this cool car, and it's got these like things that come up as the detective. Really, so cool. Then he starts chasing after him in his vehicle. He jumps up over this bridge, right? And the car gets fired because he almost runs into this kid. And he almost gets killed by his cab. And then he gets this knife. He says, and he says something like, never bring a knife to a gunfight. And he has a point because this knife actually, it can, you know, shoot. And he kills him. And I think that scene was so cool. It's, you know, I was thinking this guy's interesting, this guy. You don't know who he is, but he just wants to kill Frank Castle for some reason. So yeah, interesting character. He looks a bit like Johnny Cash a little bit. I think it's that. No, it can't be. It's not. No, it can't be. Can't be. I know he'd be like older. So yeah, I really enjoy this movie. Yeah, it's got some interesting moments, but it's got some quite. I mean, it's from the comic book, of course, but there's one part where Kevin Nash turns up. I think his character says, "Oh, you know, find out where the Russian is, right? Find out." And then the Russian. There's a part where. Oh, so much happened in this film. It's like a two-hour film, but this Russian guy turns up, right? I don't know. This part baffles me. I never noticed until I watched it. I thought, hang on, so how the hell do we? Somehow they knew where Frank Castle was. Somehow, very strange scene. Even I couldn't quite work that. But I was thinking to myself, hang on, how the hell do you know where he was? He just turns up, knocks on the door next to me. They start having this fight. Think about his apartment. He's got weapons stuffed into certain parts of the building. So he hits this like finger, part of the and then this gun pops up. And anyway, so they're having a fight, and he kills the Russian. And this Russian's huge actually. Kevin Nash is big, you know. It was just like, it looks a bit like Where's Wally. I think Where's Wally with steroids, you know. He's got his like stripy white and red t-shirt or whatever. He's a big guy though. And it's a fun scene to watch, to be honest. It is, and especially the part where he throws the grenade in. No, I think it has a grenade one. It throws at the Russian guy, and it hits it back into through the window. It's a funny scene. I think it's a fun scene to watch. And he jumps into the bathtub, and the thing explodes. And it's a good explosion, actually. The film's got some good practical action scenes. It really has. So yeah, it's a film that it's not very much appreciated, but you're watching that and you think, yeah, it's a good film. John Travolta plays the whole scene. It's really well. It's so fun to watch. The thing about John Travolta, he knows how to play a villain pretty fun to watch. He's fun to watch, especially in Broken Arrow films like that. He's fun to watch in that film, really is. And then this is fun to watch. And of course, his characters, Frank Castle starts to set his wife up, think as if he's cheating on him with this guy who turns out to be gay, and of course, he's not. You know, he's not cheating on her. He's setting her up. He's like takes the car, phones the guy up who killed his wife and stuff, phones him up, and they meet him at a certain spot, and he takes her car to where that spot is. So he's like, he lands it right there. You know, he lands it somewhere. So as if he's gone there. If his wife's been there. So it's kind of, he does that every time. He's like, does that. It's pretty funny. It's kind of sick. It's like, geez, that's kind of screwed up, getting it set up and stuff. So, and let's just say things just don't turn out well, especially when he kills both of them. It's like, that's kind of cold. That was what he does. But this is the Punisher we're talking about. Frank Castle. Don't care. Because his wife wanted his family killed anyway, so you don't feel sorry for her at all. You don't feel bad for her. You kind of think, you know what? It was her idea in the first place to have everyone wiped out, you know. And so yeah, he just thinks, you know, I don't care. I like the part where he starts torturing this guy, right? But he doesn't torture him because he knows that he's not like the villain. He starts torturing him upside down, but he starts like using this like flame thing. Of course, he said, but then he's like using like a lolly, like an ice lolly or something. He starts doing that. It's quite funny actually. I suppose in a way, if you have an ice lolly or someone, it is cold. It's like, geez, that's really cold. And he uses him as an enforcement to help him out too. And he decides, yeah, I don't like these people, you know, why not? And he starts helping him out, you know. He's a good character. I liked his character actually. He's likable. He's not like evil and horrible. He's just there, you know. So yeah, I really enjoyed the two characters that in the film. The comic relief, I like them. But there's one scene where, what happens in it? He gets stabbed or something. Stabbed. Yeah, he gets stabbed, but after when he gets stabbed by them Russian, the guys turn up at the apartment. The villains, of course. I don't know how they knew where they were. It's just strange. I don't quite understand that bit, but who cares? So there's like an elevator in this apartment, so they're hiding there, and then the two guys are like sitting there. I can't tell why they didn't hide and just like went somewhere else. So anyway, they start asking questions like, "Where are you? Where are they?" You know, and they're like not telling. And one of the guys has got this like person and uses that to try to torture him and start pulling him out, and that's pretty painful to watch. He doesn't say anything, and it's really odd. I don't know. That scene was pretty good actually. Like I said, this film's got some decent performances. It's not a terrible movie. It's really good. Actually, really, I'd say it's underrated more than underappreciated, underrated. I'd say, but I know there's people that like it though. I liked it. It didn't get the best reviews when it came out, but I did watch it I can't remember when I watched it, 2005, I can't remember, but I watched it on DVD, and then Blu-ray, and then 4K, of course, yeah. But you know what, it's a film that's no holds barred, a lot of action, you know, blood and, you know, violence and stuff, and especially he starts using the Barana right at the end when he turns up at this, like, he turns up at Saints Club, and he kills everyone. Another part where he's gonna send wine up, you know, he's like, you know, send up the wine, you know, stuff drinkable, and he puts like this like bomb in there, and he's, you know, that scene was good. I thought that scene was good, and he goes full Punisher in that scene. I love it. I just love that scene. Really good scene. The Punisher is such an interesting character. It's kind of like grey, you know. He's not a bad guy. But he's like the anti-hero, you know. He's not Superman, he's not Spider-Man, he'll go out and kill and that's it. But at the same time, protect the innocence and stuff like that. That's what makes the Punisher so good. Never change his character, just don't do that. It's fantastic. And like I said, James Smith just plays a role. And I love the last part where he gets his revenge, he gets John Travolta's character. Oh my goodness me, it's fantastic. Shoots him, kills him. No, he ties his foot to this car, and he just drives the arm, blow explosions and stuff, and then the Punisher sign right at the end. Oh my god, such a cool mover. That scene always reminds me of like the Crow where he sets fire, that Crow thing. Yeah, it's just so cool. Or Daredevil when he has that, but that's a bit, but it's a massive thing like that. It's the Punisher. Yeah, no, big freaking logo. It's fantastic. Really enjoyed it. The last part was good actually, where he's about to kill himself and sees his wife and he decides not to. I think that was good. And he thinks, you know what? I'm going to go out and help more people. You know he's going to do that straight away. Yeah, so really good. So, okay, what I didn't like about it? I suppose there's nothing I disliked about it. I mean, it's got a good music. I mean, no, to be honest, I suppose parts of it made no sense, I suppose, but to be honest, it is what it is. So I can't think of anything I disliked about it. I think the cast is decent, they do a decent job. So I was happy when I watched it. I was enjoying it actually more than anything. So yeah, what I liked about it, decent performance from the cast. A good, decent, good story. The story's not bad at all actually. I don't know if it's from the cover, but certain parts, but John Travolta was fun to watch. James Thomas, what his name is, Jane Thomas, Thomas Jane, is it? He does a great job as Frank Castle, the Punisher. And at the end he goes, "I'm not Frank Castle, I'm the Punisher." It's fantastic. And I just like his actor, such a good actor. He looked like I was on a bit of, adventure. I know I was watching this video because of somebody, but he says he wanted to do this because it's so different and violent and stuff. I can see why. It's just a great role. I love the outfit. You know, this steel. Oh, so cool. Bulletproof one. I see he's got a bulletproof one. It's fantastic. Good action. Good decent performance. Like I said, good characters. I like the chick from X-Men. She's great. And a good ending to it, really good ending to it, really loads of action and stuff, and yeah, I enjoyed it. So the film, the rate I'm gonna give, and it's got there's nothing. It's got that music broken for me. Amy Lee, is it? It's got that in it. It's great. Out in the credits stuff, awesome. So the rate I'm gonna give this film is I can say a lot about this film, but 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Really enjoyed it. Definitely worth a watch. It's a little gem. I think it's fantastic. So it's like you kind of. And another thing I liked about John Travolta says some funny stuff in it when he kills the guy and his friend. You know, it's funny. He does come up with some funny lines in him. I think it's pretty funny actually. So, so yeah, fun to watch. It's a fun movie. So yeah, 4 out of 5 for The Punisher. I know people are gonna go off for a bit. I'm gonna go off for a bit. I'm gonna go off. Anyway, people want to go off for a bit. Remember to subscribe to my channel. If not, it's coming for you. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Have a nice week. Take a lot of stuff and enjoy my videos. And thank you for watching. Thank you very much.